Peace and blessings, everyone. I want to discuss a couple articles that I ran across on CNN.com just today. One of them was dealing with a 911 tape that was released of these two girls that were killed in, where was that at? Oklahoma. It's two girls, 13, 11. They're actually shot multiple times while walking down this road when even they have been planning a sleepover, and at some point in time they was walking to one of the girls' home, and somebody shot them. Shot them multiple times. A 13 and 11-year-old girl left them on the side of the road in a ditch to die. And the other one is concerning something that took place in, I believe, in Rome, where these 4 girls got into trouble while swimming by some tides and whatnot. Caught them. 2 of them were saved, but 2 died. And when they had the girls' bodies up on the beach, it's covered with a blanket, there were people that were there at the beach sunbathing. And just sunbathing, like nothing was happening, like it wasn't a big deal. I mean, they were close to these bodies. Matter of fact, there's pictures up. You can see the bodies, you can see the feet hanging from under a blanket, and then in the background, I don't know, what's that? 10 yards, if that. People just taking in the beach like nothing happened. So I dealt with the first one. I'm gonna put a link over the side so you can listen to the 911 call. I believe it's one of the girls, her grandmother. And I want you to listen to the anguish and the pain in this woman's voice, right? The hurt in this woman's voice. And then I want you to think about, and this is especially to you parents out there, I want to think about the pain that you would feel, that you would experience if your child was murdered, was shot and killed, assaulted, any of that. And then I want you to think what you would do to protect your child. What would you do to protect your child? I've spoken on this before, and I'm going to speak on it again because I want some answers. What would you do to protect your child? What would I do? I feel that all lethal weapons, such as the guns that were used to kill these girls, should be gotten rid of. Plain and simple. We have no need for lethal weapons. No need. No need for a cop to kill someone just because they refuse to be handcuffed. Because they pulled out their wallet and the cop mistaked it for a gun. There is no need to take someone's life for something minor when this person is not attempting to take the cop's life. And then the only job of the police officer, the only thing he really is attempting to accomplish is to subdue the person, to stop the person. All we need is weapons powerful enough to stop someone. Not permanently, not to kill someone, to stop them. To stop them in the tracks, to paralyze them temporarily, or whatever it is, knock them unconscious temporarily. But what need do we have to kill someone? In any situation, as long as you can stop the person from doing what you want them to stop, then that's all that's necessary, right? That's all that would be needed in a just society. How many times has somebody been killed, once again, accidentally, mistakenly, thought they did something they didn't, but the damage already been done. You made a mistake, but now you can't take it back because you've taken it to the extreme. That is not necessary. All lethal weapons throughout the world need to be gotten rid of. This is the role of government where we should be led. We can develop weapons to be more powerful than the lethal weapons, but not be lethal. We should be able to do that, right? We should have the intelligence to do that. And we should want to do that. But we don't. So, going back to these kids. So, like I said, you're going to want to stand up and holler about your Second Amendment rights to bear arms, to keep guns in your house. Once again, is there a need to have a lethal weapon? As long as you have a weapon enough to defend yourself, defend your home, defend your family from terrorists, from a corrupt government, from whoever is trying to hurt you, then that's all that's necessary. That's all that's necessary. When you allow for more than that, then it's going to extremes, and you have accidents, and then you want to be upset and cry about it. You don't want to do anything about it, but you want to cry afterwards. You want to be upset afterwards, knowing that this can take place. We're constantly playing a game of chance. That's all we're doing. Playing a game of chance. When we allow such things as weapons, we know there's a chance that you can be shot and killed, that your child can be shot and killed, your wife, your mother, your grandmother, whatever it is. And you're playing that, well, I don't expect it to happen to me. I don't expect it to happen to my child, but it's going to happen to someone's. It's going to happen to someone's. Someone's child, family member is going to be killed. You might be killed. So why are you playing the game of chance? Knowing it's going to happen, and then want to be upset when it happens. Crushed that it happens. What else would you do for your child? Would you? So let's say we got rid of lethal weapons. Well, a child can still be assaulted and kidnapped, right? So then what would you do to try to protect the child? Would you allow for video cameras in all areas? I'm talking about public and maybe even private, so that everyone can be seen. Would you allow for the implantation of the RFID chips so that everybody can be tracked? So that if something happens, somebody's assaulted, it is seen. They are seen. You can't hide. It is totally seen. Everything to do is seen. That way you can get the person that is responsible. And would it not cut down? But then you're going to holler about your right to privacy, right? I'm talking you parents though. What would you do for your child? Would you give up your right for privacy, so-called privacy, in the hopes of preventing something happening to your child? Playing the game of chance. Because when it happens, you're going to be destroyed inside. When your child is kidnapped, when your child is assaulted, then you're going to want to cry because it happened. Why me? You're going to want to cry to God. Why me? But you were the one to play in the game of chance. What would you do? So, like I said, and this falls into this, the New World Order thing. But stop and think and seek the truth. What would be necessary for a safe and just world? What would be necessary? All these things are this, this freedoms and whatnot, and privacies and whatnot. You need to stop and think. Stop being subjected to the propaganda. Stop, just, giving out talking points. So, well, I need this, and basically you're just going off what you heard people say. But stop and think. What do you have to hide? To do this, though, we need to open up government. I understand there's a fear of being abused if the government has a power, but the government has to be part of this too. We have to be able to see the government. The government should not be allowed to have any secrets. Secrets, top secrets. They're monitored too. Cameras in the White House, cameras everywhere. And the only reason we have such secrecy is because it's nation against nation. So we don't want the other nation to know what we're doing, that we're spying, this and that. But if it's one world, then there's nothing to hide from anybody. You don't have to worry about another country trying to come over and take your precious secrets for technology and whatnot, because we're working as one world. So once you remove the fear aspect of this one world, this new world order, the fear and that's all involved, I want you to stop and think and ask yourself, what would you do to protect your child? Now, another thing about the bodies on the girls on the beach. What should you expect? We see death so much. What were they supposed to do? Leave the beach? We see it so much. We see it so much. We've become basically indifferent. And there was a who was this that spoke? A Cardinal Crescencio Sepe, Archbishop of Naples. He made statements and said, indifference is not an emotion for human beings. Is it? Is it not? If it wasn't, then why do we do it so much? Why do we do it so much? Because then we constantly play the game of chance. Then we want to cry afterwards. We want to be crushed inside afterwards. Why me? Instead of facing truth. Instead of having belief, having faith. Indifference is an emotion that we have. Indifference is same as apathy. And that's shown constantly, every day. So what? Like you'll watch this video and say, so what? Apathy, indifference. So, think about that. Think about that. God bless. Peace and love.